Hello, America. Thank you for joining me, and welcome to today's episode of Moments of Insight. Hi there, I'm your host, Marilyn Stewart Richardson, and I just want to say a quick sorry for the plain background that you currently see me in front of. I'm currently staying in a hotel because of some water damage at my home. So thank you for being understanding and sticking with me. And today we honor two giants in American history, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and President Abraham Lincoln. Both of these men are forever giants in my eyesight. Both men fought for the soul of this nation, but at very different moments and times throughout very different battles. Yet their legacy intersect as a powerful crossroad: freedom. The differences we must understand, especially African American. It is both necessary and honorable to reflect on the legacy of Dr. King, his leadership during the Civil Rights Movement, which reshaped the conscience of America. He called this nation to live up to its founding promise that all men are created equal. Thank you, Dr. King, forever laying the landscape of equality. But let's be historically accurate and intellectually honest about Dr. King. Dr. King did not end slavery. Slavery was abolished nearly a century before Dr. King ever gave his first speech. So this battle of slavery belongs to President Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln was a Republican, and alongside him was Union leaders like General Ulysses S. Grant. Lincoln had the moral courage to confront a divided nation and declare that a house divided against itself cannot stand. He signed the Emancipation Proclamation, and with the 13th Amendment, slavery was formally abolished. Yes. So let this truth sink in. So here's an inspiring and often overlooked truth. Listen to this. More than 180,000 African Americans served in the Union Army and Navy during the Civil War. Many was formerly enslaved. They fought not just for their freedom, but for the soul of America. Not just for their freedom, but for the soul of America, right? Because they were fighting to reserve the Union and for the freedom of slavery. They stood in the same tradition as Dr. King, who would later face dogs, fire hoses, and death threats to bring down segregation, to topple a nation. Different eras, different enemies, same fight, freedom and dignity. Here's where the conversation gets uncomfortable for some people, but necessary. The Democratic Party of the 19th and early 20th centuries, that was the party of slavery, Jim Crow, and segregation. They fought Reconstruction. They built and defended the system of oppression and slavery in the South. However, over time, they want us to believe that party, the Democratic Party, has underwent a rebranding, and this is today why many Black Americans have bought into that and they vote Democrat, not fully understanding that their own great-grandparents, our ancestors, have been targeted by the very same party in a different form. This isn't about shaming anyone. It's not about that. It's about an awakening. We must examine history in full, not in fragments. Why is it that there's so much silence around the truth? Dr. King deserves our remembrance. His words stirred a nation and his vision pointed us forward. But honoring Dr. King should never erase President Lincoln or the Republican Party. This is history. You can't separate the two. They are entwined together. The original mission to end slavery and defend the Union was that of the Republican Party. Okay, these men, through generations apart, Dr. King and Abraham Lincoln, both heard the call of justice. Both put their lives on the line, and both was assassinated, and both moved America closer to her founding creed. Black Americans, it's time for a new awakening, not one rooted in emotions or manipulation, but in truth. Because truth empowers us, truth frees us, truth allows us to vote with convictions, not conditioning. We must stop allowing party labels to cloud our judgment. Ask hard questions, demand accountability, and stop letting history be filtered for convenience. To President Donald J. Trump, I thank you, Mr. Trump. I thank you for being unafraid to challenge the political status quo and for raising questions others were afraid to ask. No other president in history would dare walk this path. To the American people, our history is complex, but it is also beautiful. We are not perfect, but we are people of principle. And our greatest strength is found in unity through truth. It got us through the Civil Rights Movement. It got us through the Civil War. To the United States of America. So let us rise, not as partisan, but as patriots. Let us remember not just who freed us, but who continues to stand for freedom today. So this has been a moment of insight, an enjoyable one for me, a historical one for me, because I am learning along with you. But until next time, I pray for you. I pray for the President of the United States, President Donald Trump, and I pray for the United States of America. Until then, stay informed.